Peace, is Nattyisisyah, and I just want to make this video real quick to talk about my changing views on makeup, because I have basically had the idea in the past that, you know, makeup was for women who needed it, i.e. women who somehow were unattractive or felt that they were ugly or had low self-esteem. That was my view on makeup. I felt like certain people didn't need makeup, I being one of them. I just never bought into the whole idea of makeup. Of course, I dibbled and dabbled in makeup in my teenage years, and it was okay, it was cool, but it was nothing really that I felt like I needed at the time. Now, I can say that a lot of the times what I would do is I would try to make my own makeups out of natural products. For instance, I used to buy the MAC lip gloss, right? But I think a lot of people know that when you use that MAC lip gloss that they had back in the day, that clear lip gloss, after a while, it would smell like belly button. And that's like a really horrendous scent. So what I would do, I would try to make my own MAC textured lip gloss out of castor oil, because the clear MAC lip gloss at the time, it was like a very thick, clear gel type lip gloss. And of course, castor oil was like the closest thing that I could come up with. So that's what I would do. And remember, I'm young. This is what I'm doing, right? And now let me go into a little further. I used to sell shea butter and black soap at a very young age, since I was maybe like, what can I say, 15, 16. So that was what I used. And everywhere I went, people would always be telling me about, oh my gosh, your skin is so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. So of course, in my head, I'm like, you know, I'm definitely not thinking about any makeup. The most I would ever really use is some lip gloss, and majority of the time it was either the shea butter or a combination of that and some other oils. So fast forward to now, right? Now they're coming out with a whole bunch of makeups that are natural. And not only that, there's all type of tutorials online that can show you how to apply the makeup. Back in the day, there were no tutorials. Nobody was really teaching you how to apply makeup unless it was your mother or auntie or a friend or something. And I didn't have any other woman in my life that were really into makeup like that either, right? So I never really got that experience or that teaching, right? And not only that, I knew at the time also that a lot of makeups were filled with chemicals and all type of things. Like, I would just research things. I'm not just somebody who's just gonna, oh, makeup is bad for you, don't wear makeup. No, I want to know why. So I would literally buy books. And, you know, aside from that, just the fact that I was into shea butter, right? I also gave out a lot of information about, you know, what it was that I was selling, the shea butter and the black soap. So I was already informed on certain things, but I would also take that to the next level and go and get my own material and research and study my own material as far as makeup and cosmetics go, right? So now we have a time where there are a lot of makeups and cosmetic products that are natural, right? They don't contain the parabens. They don't contain the sorolphate, or so, however you can pronounce that thing, right? They don't contain a lot of those products, right? A lot of them are made from natural products. So being that I pretty much was already in the cosmetic industry, I've been watching the new products that they're coming out with. I've been watching the combinations, and how, you know, there is now this green trend, or this more environmentally friendly trend, this more skin friendly trend, this more organic, more natural trend, you know, in makeup, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, so you basically telling me that I could, you know, be putting on something that is akin to shea butter. I could be using something that is akin to cocoa powder or cocoa butter or olive oil or coconut oil, right? And still get the same effect that I would if I was using, you know, makeup that, you know, has chemicals in it. So why wouldn't I consider using natural makeup, right? So if you're going to now tell me that makeup is bad for you because it contains chemicals and products and all of this, right? And we're not even talking about, you know, the whole self-esteem factor. If we're just talking about the chemicals, right? A lot of that doesn't necessarily apply now. because now you can, you can use cocoa butter, olive oil, shea butter. Now you can use natural products, mix them with some herbs or some, powders that are natural, basically from food sources, and you can apply that to your skin and get this effect, right? So if you were to tell me that that's bad, then you have to also tell me that you're no longer going to eat olive oil, coconut oil, eat cacao or cocoa, or any other thing that can benefit the skin. Not just, you're not going to use olive oil because that is an adulteration of the olive tree and you should eat the olive fruit. And it's different when you eat the olive fruit because the oils are absorbed into your skin and they penetrate through the skin and they give you a natural glow. No, you also going to have to stop eating that, because it's not necessarily it's just because you put it in your mouth doesn't make it better than putting it on your skin. So one argument, it doesn't outweigh the other. Just because you put it in your mouth doesn't make it better, right? Because your skin eats too, right? And that's where the problem lies with artificial makeup, is that the skin is absorbing this stuff, and it can be stored in the fatty tissue of the body, and it can lead to fibroids and other problems. But if you're putting natural, herbal, therapeutic things on your body, mixed with essential oils and other healing qualities and properties, you cannot argue that these things are bad for you based on chemical reactions or based on the chemicals caused therein, unless you're obviously going to have some type of allergic reaction or some type of negative skin reaction. So I no longer ascribe to the idea that makeup is bad for you, especially not based solely on the chemical factor alone, because now you have natural makeups where you no longer have to be worried about the negative effects of certain chemicals. And not only that, now you can use these natural makeups to enhance your skin itself. Your skin is not going to stay the same forever. Your skin changes. You could be dehydrated. It could be dry. It could be oily. You can literally formulate your own skin care formulas to combat or to address these certain skin conditions that you may have. So knowing what I now know, and with the new information coming out about natural skincare, as far as cosmetic goes, it's hard for me to just completely reject makeup, right? Because now I know that, I can do certain things with natural products, and that excuse or that reason for why it should not be used or utilized, is completely out the door now. Because now if I feel like I want to do certain things with my skin, I can do it, right? If my if I just want to make my skin, say, darker, right, because melanin is in and melanin's popping, if I want to make my melanin pop just a little bit more, there's nothing that you're going to be able to tell me as to why I shouldn't add a little bit of cocoa powder to my shea butter. Why not? And cosmetics does not only apply to the coloring of your skin, for example, right? Certain cosmetics are also considered like what you would call facial masks or body scrubs and so forth. So you're basically telling me that if makeup is so bad, or if cosmetics are so bad, then so is applying avocado to your face, right? So is using other things like maybe avocado skin as an exfoliant to get the dead skin cells off your body, to bring out the fresher, newer, softer skin. You're basically saying that you just want to see somebody looking dried out, potentially old, dehydrated, or excessively oily, right? And not addressing these issues and just hoping that the food you eat or just your meditation or something is going to address these issues, right? You can definitely take certain actions to address these things on your own. So if you want to continue to speak against makeup or whatever, that's your choice. I'm personally saying that I know better now. And obviously I've been studying certain things about cosmetics and makeup and whatnot. So I can't sit here being ignorant, or just depriving myself and denying myself to please somebody else, right? Because a lot of times the people who are also promoting this ideology that makeup is bad or is wrong for you because of because of chemicals and whatnot. They don't know, they can't pronounce one chemical in the cosmetics. They don't know exactly what the effect is. They don't know why it's wrong, how it's wrong. They don't even know that it's really wrong, right? But it's easy to just, you know, say something is bad for you, don't do it, especially when other people are doing it and it's clearly giving them an upper edge, an upper hand at something, whether it's boosting their confidence, whether it's getting them where they want to in life, whether it's making them, you know, just have something to do. You know, it's easy to just sort of try to knock somebody down for something that, you know, they're already enjoying, and clearly they've assumed the risks and the consequences thereof, you know. And if you don't really know any better, if you can explain to them how it's wrong or why it's wrong, it's like, to some degree, you really don't have an argument. So that's the video I wanted to make. My views on makeup have changed. There are natural makeups that you can use. You can make your own makeup at home. And I also want to make another video specifically on the double standard, another double standard with women, black women, and particularly being in the conscious community when it comes to makeup, because it seems as though it's acceptable when you look a certain way with makeup, right? As a quote unquote conscious black person or black woman or whatever, but general makeup is bad. So I'm gonna talk about that in another video. Peace.